Hey, what's going on, everybody? ChazmaN here, and welcome back to another episode of ChazmaN Live. I know it's been a hot minute since we've done that, but done ChazmaN Live, but I think it's because, I feel like I only, kind of get ready for these when, it's a subject that really interests me. And needless to say, there's been... I feel like I covered as much as I wanted to with a lot of the H3, Hassan, and all of that kind of coverage, so when it came to that, I felt like I was good. But something else, I'm more into gaming and anything, and a figure that I've been wanting to kind of, I don't want to say dig into, but this is purely for learning knowledge. This is for me personally, just so I can watch a couple videos and get a better grasp on this character. But there's this guy, PirateSoftware. I think we're gonna try and focus on him a little bit. But yeah. Oh, I should say Happy 4th of July, everyone. I know this is today's a holiday, so I got nothing going on, so I figured, hey, I got the day off from work, so why not? Let's do a stream or two and see how much content we can kind of crap at over here. Hey, Skylar Twilight's in chat, and Tim is in chat. What's up, y'all? Thank you so much for joining. But yeah, so how is everyone? Hopefully all of you are having a great 4th of July, and be careful with your fireworks tonight. We don't want to lose any fingies or other bodily limbs. Let's see. Happy 4th of July, nerds, says Skylar. I'm so excited for this. I love hearing about how much PirateSoftware sucks. Tim. Well, that's interesting you say that, because he wasn't like a hated figure. I feel like when he started off, he was kind of, I don't want to say he wasn't beloved, but I feel like there was I had friends who would message me shorts, like YouTube shorts and stuff, of him talking about different subjects, and I actually had friends who were pretty enjoyed some of his content. So it's kind of weird, the whole flip-flop on him recently. So I got a couple videos here. There's a couple things I want to talk about. We'll start off with PirateSoftware, and then I also want to go into just kind of learning a little bit more on what's been going on with Xbox recently. There's so much stuff. I guess I was talking about H3 and Hassan, and there was actually something that just dropped with Hassan that I may talk about for a second, that a lot of people are that a few people are chit-chatting about a little bit. He kind of did something stupid on stream like yesterday or something, which I'm kind of curious to see what comes out from that. But grabbing another beer, be right back, says Tim. I wish I had beer. I should have went and got beer. I didn't even think about that. Oh well. I got my coffee. That's all I need. See? Big freaking coffee. Alright, so before we dig into PirateSoftware and some of the videos, I feel like what might be kind of interesting for me to do is to kind of explain my knowledge and what I understand about PirateSoftware. So hopefully some of these videos dig further into him, but overall, my basic understanding is he is legitimately a well-informed guy. He does come from a background of game development. From what I understand, he legitimately worked at Blizzard, working on World of Warcraft and other titles. So he does legitimately, again, have a background and experience, and he knows what he's talking about for the most part when it comes to these things. Now, where he starts to get into a bit of trouble is when he starts to get into his opinion on things, apparently. So we'll get into that. But yeah, so again, I do believe he is knowledgeable. Oh, from what I also understand, his dad apparently actually worked at Blizzard, and his dad is actually the character that is the foundation from where Matt Stone and Trey Parker over at South Park used in the World of Warcraft episode, the fat nerd, sitting in his apartment, playing World of Warcraft. Apparently, that is PirateSoftware's legitimate dad. So yeah, again, it makes sense why he's within the World of Warcraft community. He worked on the game, has a dad who is associated with the game, so there's a whole lot of stuff going on there. But from what I understand, where he started off making a lot of YouTube shorts, more informational type things, and I thought it actually was pretty in depth, and I don't know, I felt like they were good videos. A lot of it was just explaining his opinion on how game development works, how game publishing works, all the in and outs of kind of how game development just happens, because he understands about that. But when I think the first time I had heard that people had been criticizing him, which is definitely a video we will check out. I forgot to play some of the background video. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. That's a lot on screen. Just some weird video of him talking about mushrooms. But yeah, I mean, like I said, the first time I'd heard about him, of course, was through some drama going on with him over at World of Warcraft. We'll watch a couple videos on that. I'll try to talk my way through the video again. If you haven't seen, a lot of the talk with some of the internet culture has been copyright claiming and people using of other people's videos without splicing or without inserting commentary, you know, and changing the people's content, which is certainly something I 100% believe in. So I will try and pause when I can and talk about stuff, you know, obviously. Yeah, so I don't know. This is PirateSoftware right here, guy at the bottom right. This looks like him working on his game. Is it really? Oh, okay. I just saw some video. I pulled up some video of him working on talking about mushrooms or something. But yeah, okay. So if you don't mind, what do you say we just jump right into the first video again? Legitimately a knowledgeable guy. I don't think he has any like major controversies other than some of the recent stuff. Which, again, some of this recent stuff really isn't like. It's not it's not Dr. Disrespect levels of bad, but it's just more him kind of just being annoying and throwing his opinion out and his opinions aren't necessarily like very good. I know he was talking bad about which is one thing we'll look into. He was talking about something about preserving video games and like more of a historical thing, and he was like talking negative about it when like most everyone supports it. So that's another thing we'll look into, which I know that's like his big controversy right now. Alright, so why don't we dig into this first? Let's see, what's a good place to start? Probably this video. This is like the first thing informing about him. So I will admit, I've never played World of Warcraft. Don't know a lick about it. All I know is that I'm assuming, like most MMORPGs, is that they have raids and other sorts of group activities for you to go into. And oh, I should say, where the... Oh gosh, this is all me explaining my personal knowledge. So within World of Warcraft, typically you can die as your character. You spend all this time building up inventory, experience, and everything. And typically, the normal modes... you can die and revive, but you lose some items. So typically death isn't like a big deal. But I think recently in the last handful of years, some local players have been doing private matches, private worlds, or I can't think of the word. Private. Why can't I think of the word? Oh gosh, I can't. Well, they've been doing what do they call them? Oh gosh, I'm so bad at this. What is the name of? It's not professional. It's, I don't know. It's just when you die, essentially you lose all of your items. So that is kind of, it's hardcore mode. There you go. Thank you, Tim. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah. So a lot of these local players have been starting up like hardcore servers, and apparently that became popular enough to where Blizzard itself was like, oh, these are very popular. There is a market for these. So Blizzard went ahead and worked with people and started up its own servers, making it easier for more people to play together. And it became like, it's almost like a game mode, you know, almost at this point. So essentially, these are like very high stakes, very hardcore. They're very popular to watch because you have a lot of people that are on edge, because when you die, you lose all of this progress, characters, and essentially you lose, like, I think you start over, like your experience gets wiped out, inventory gets wiped out, you start from scratch, you know, very fresh. I think that's typical to a game like Ark, right? That type of game. I think they're just called survival games. But yeah, games like Ark and Power World and stuff are like that, where when you die, you lose everything. It just so happens that they just put that in World of Warcraft. So apparently they're really fun to watch. I've seen that there's entire websites that just cover hardcore players' deaths, and they immediately like post their videos online. And I don't know. It seems like a pretty fun thing. I don't have a problem with necessarily that inherently. You have to make an entirely new character system, yeah. So that's essentially the groundwork. Now, playing with this modes, PirateSoftware is very big into that and enjoys it. That's essentially where I heard about the first round of drama coming from him. So let me go ahead and throw this video on. And I believe this is him playing with a group, and they're not necessarily in a boss battle, but they're doing some sort of ad cleanup. Ads as in like lesser enemies, but not necessarily weak. There's tons of them, and they run into some trouble here. So I'll play this real quick. Like a rogue game, says Skylar. Yeah. I mean, roguelikes are very much like that, where it's like, the subtle difference is I believe in most roguelikes, whenever you die, death is like an intentional thing. So death progresses you, but I don't necessarily feel like that's the case in World of Warcraft or in hardcore modes or survival modes. Like when you die in those games, they don't necessarily benefit you. Like you're not getting anything out of it. You are literally just, oh crap, I've got to restart. Now in a roguelike, like a game like Hades or Returnal, it literally benefits you to die because you actually like learn things and you gain experience from that. Sometimes in roguelikes you keep something, but in this you keep nothing, says Tim. Yeah, it definitely in this form of death in a game, this is definitely more harmful than in a typical roguelike. Okay, so let me turn off the Roller Coaster Tycoon music here. And let's watch this first video. So I believe this is actually the first time, again, where I had first heard of some criticism from him. This is him playing with a group. I believe, maybe Tim will be able to help me out, but I don't remember what class he is. Is he a healer? I see him up here. I don't know the difference between the classes. But essentially what happens, he plays with this group, and they run into some trouble. And I believe they are expecting him to either heal them or to help them out by fighting off the enemies that are attacking him, because they're like in full retreat mode. And I believe he runs way past them, way earlier than everyone else. And yeah, he essentially just like totally dips out on his crew. And everyone in stream is like, what the heck, dude? You had like a bunch of, I believe he had like a bunch of mana still available too to help in the fight. And that's the big criticism. Basically, he's a mage, says Tim. I'm glad Tim's in here because Tim knows more than me about this. Again, this is me just explaining what I know, and then we'll go into the video and I'm sure they'll explain much more. He's supposed to DPS, damage per second, and slow and debuff. Okay, so he's supposed to be helping out. He's supposed to be doing damage, warding off enemies that are like attacking the group, and he essentially turns tail, runs away. Which I go turns tail. That's a pretty accurate because I think people have been calling him a rat since this moment. Because he kind of just dipped out on his crew. So I mean, guys, it's just a video game, but within World of Warcraft, he's disliked now amongst the community. So we'll play it. He didn't have mana, but he did have items to recharge. Oh, that's right. He didn't have full mana, but he had a bunch of items that could recharge, it says Tim. Okay. All right, here we go.
Boss is coming too. Watch out.
Yeah. Well, I got shield wall. God damn it.
Run.
Just run. Can you target dummy?
I can target dummy. Yeah. Should I do it?
Just kill the massive. Yeah, target dummy. Kill the massives.
No.
Okay.
Also, are you fine?
So his people are running.
Heal him.
They're along with him.
Just come back a little bit.
Boss is on me. Sitting.
So I think this is the point where, so they're all running away. They're all being attacked.
Also, are you fine?
He kind of helps out a little bit there by attacking.
Heal him.
Yeah, you just heal me. Just come back a little bit.
Boss is on me. Sitting bear form.
Snappy, just
and
run.
then I feel like at this point he just like completely dips out on everybody.
What are you talking about? Why am I walking? Look at my mana.
Savage, but come
Innervate
on, man.
Just kill the man.
So again, they're all getting mad because he's not DPSing, he's not attacking and helping them out. And then he retorts with, I have no mana. Look, I can't help you out. And then again, but I mean, I guess basically in this game you can see like the entire inventory on the bottom of the screen. So everyone both better knowledge than me, I guess people can see that there's an item down there that can recharge his mana, like Tim was saying. And yeah, I guess he's just refusing to use it.
Innovate.
Innovate the
Nova,
healer.
bro,
Kill the
come on.
Mastiffs. We got
He
this.
heals.
In the sense of
Or something?
Do you see my mana? What am I supposed to do for you?
just kill the Mastiffs. One shot. Okay, we
More
pulled
than
another
more in the way,
house.
more.
That's kind of like a memed moment from this, is him kind of saying, what am I supposed to do for you? It's pretty funny. When he does that circle attack, he does a full charge which consumed mana, and he was completely unnecessary. Oh, so when he was attacking, it wasn't really a necessary
yeah.
attack system.
The
Interesting.
Mastiffs can be Ice Novas.
Dead.
Now we're gonna wait.
Nasara?
No.
Okay.
Okay, get out.
Run.
Evocation's on cooldown, man.
I can taunt last
How much mana is
moment of
Ice
as well?
Nova? There's no that much mana.
You have a boss in you. You called.
Okay, so basically this is him like getting out. He just exited the area, and I believe his whole crew is still back in the other spot.
Getting slowed.
Fuck. Wait.
So they're
and-
still
wait,
dealing
wait,
with the
stop me.
enemies
Oh,
I
back
don't
there.
think I cannot stun him. Also,
No,
are you
just
good?
run. Just run out.
Are you good?
Oh,
Also,
this
Mods
game
were
not
fed
like-
$1.76.
Fuck!
And then I believe also on this left side you can, my chat's probably covering that up, but you can see that they have their own the in-game chats kind of going on, or maybe this is the chat on the Twitch stream, but you can see there's a lot of people that are like criticizing him.
They called
The boss
run.
came up after,
I
like, the
ran,
Mastiffs
and I was
too,
out of mana.
after we,
I don't know what the hell they were expecting, dude. That does not make any sense.
And you can see people in chat. I saw one person said, "Pirate, this is so bad. WTF?"
No, they overpulled 2 pulls and
Let's see. I want to see some of the died to Yapper aggro.
the boss.
I thought I saw.
Like,
Chat's moving too quickly. Hey, Tim's in chat says, "Hey V, what's up, Veronica Rose? Thank you so much for joining." Veronica Rose said, "Day off. I'm free. Nice. Very happy. I'm enjoying my little day off as well. We're kind of just chilling."
yeah.
Oh.
And again, like, I think the big problem is that the one thing I'm noticing about PirateSoftware is he has that typical thing online where he cannot admit fault on like literally anything. I don't know if it's an ego thing, but it kind of reminds me, again, we'll talk about that guy Hassan Piker. Same thing. Like literally they cannot be wrong on anything that they're talking about. Everything is just kind of like, oh, poor me, what do you want me to do? I had no mana. Yeah, it definitely weird. He doubles down on every freaking time. Yes, Tim in chat gets it. It's just like, it's kind of annoying. It's like, honestly, he probably would have been fine if he would have just said, "Dang it, my bad. My bad. I got scared and ran off." But he doubles down and it makes him look really bad.
Oh no.
I mean, the regular ogres can still be polyed. We just had the boss and like 5 Mastiffs.
Pirate's
and
a
2
weird guy in
ogres.
his
Polyed one
chat.
ogre, killed one and then walked it out.
And then someone in chat just said Roach Software. Oh no, it's Roach, not Rat. That's right. I was getting it wrong. People were calling him Rat. They were calling him Roach. I don't know. There's like he definitely garnered like some nickname post this event.
literally just even an Ice Nova would have been enough.
You guys pulled that when I
instantly
had
ran out, bro.
Roach out software.
You instantly ran. You didn't even look
as much
back.
as you're angry right now. Of course I ran.
I'm
You
not angry at all. I'm
You
not angry at all.
overpulled 2 packs. You overpulled 2 packs and a boss.
See, his problem is because he's doubling down, they're criticizing him because he's saying, "Oh, what was I supposed to do? You guys said to run, so I ran." And it's like, bro, it's like, even like I'm not like a hardcore WoW gamer, but I've played, MMOs before. if you're playing an MMO and you're in a raid or something, and also you have on top of it this hardcore mode element, the expectation is that if we die, we get royally screwed out of this. So the expectation is that like everyone in here is like BFFs for now. You know, it's like you're supposed to help me out. You have my back, because if not, this could royally screw me. And and the fact that he is saying, no, you said run, so I ran. It's like, no, we wanted you to run, but we wanted you to like help us out while you're trying to run. You know what I mean? And yeah, he totally, and there's a reason why he ran off and didn't want to help, because he didn't want to even have the opportunity to lose and to have to do a complete restart. He was just self-preservation mode all the way. Tim says he was on the outside of the pack. He had the most opportunity to make a difference and be safe. Yeah, essentially.
I had 1,400 mana left. I had to spend all of that mana to try and put it on Blizzard.
And you can see the chat is like
place,
totally turned on
and nothing
him.
left. You weren't paying attention to party resources. You overpulled, and you weren't paying attention to where the boss was. That's not on me.
Lecture from Dad.
I saw the boss coming. I don't know if we could like move back faster, but yeah.
But there wasn't even like
Damn.
any like information. We are just yapping about useless stuff. Do you see my point?
I mean,
Not
yeah.
on
But I
me.
mean, I called it the boss coming though, but at that point, maybe it was too late to move back.
Like you're telling me like a rank 1 mage would not like at least to try Frost Nova there. Like you're not even like in danger.
Oh,
You
I'm
can at
100%
least
in
try a
danger.
Frost Nova. Like
100%.
no, you're not.
No, 100% in danger. When your shot color says run, it's time to run, you run. That is how that works. You were the shot color, you called for run, I ran.
I'm not a shot
And
caller.
I was out of mana.
Actually, I'm a noob, bro. I
You
think I
called
have
the
way
shot.
less experience than you have.
Oh, dear God.
And I can still see that I can at least use a Frost Nova there. Or at
Okay,
least try
then
something.
go roll
You
a
were
mage
the
and do
first
it.
person that ran away and didn't even look back.
So the thing is that like you can tell this guy on the bottom left is peeved, but I think to be fair, at first he was pretty. I feel like he was pretty even keeled about like criticizing him. He was just saying, "Hey man, you know, you could have helped us out and stuff." And because Pirate is clearly doubling down right here, this guy on the left now is getting more angry because now he's just like. He's like, no, you could have done this, and you know, we were expecting you to help. It's just like classic, you know, like Tim was saying. I think doubling down is the perfect way to phrase this.
Literally.
This is the
You didn't even
second
say
time.
anything.
This
You
is
could
the
have at
second.
least said like the boss.
You're
were
just
there.
gonna talk
You're
over me?
yapping
Is that
about
what we're
useless
doing now?
stuff. Well,
We're
I'm
just gonna
giving you
talk
my
over me?
point.
Is that all? Is that all
I'm
we're
just
doing?
giving you my point.
Okay. You done giving your point? You good?
Yes. I'm done.
Okay. Cool.
And now he's just being condescending because it's just like, you know, trying to get in the word over this guy. And when this guy he's the accosted party, why are you trying to talk over him? He's trying to explain why he's peeved. You're the one that got out with your full character fully intact. You know, why are you trying to dominate this convo? I'm trying to explain to you why I'm mad. So Tim says, so Pirate spends a lot of time criticizing other mages about you could have done this or that in this situation, and he's being in the clip here would have been criticized. Yeah, again, he's not the accosted party. He's fine. He made it out. Like, the other guy's trying to just explain his point of view, why he's mad, because his freaking whole character
You go
died.
roll a mage then. See you around. Jesus.
I don't think that's.
Insane shit. No. That is outrageous, dude. You can't blame me for that shit. You make a bad poll, you make a bad call. That's on you, not on anybody else.
Yaflid donated $69.69 to charity.
They give the $69.69 to charity. You're awesome as hell. Yeah, no. They pull that with the mage at no mana left, and they pull 2 packs and a boss. What the hell am I supposed to do for them? I could have Frost Nova'd, and the boss would still run him down and kill him. It's not on me. Not at all. Insane shit to see that.
And see, like, part of the problem, though, with, like, being so defensive in this situation is, like Tim was saying, or, Tim and, like, I mentioned, at the very bottom, like, this is an MMO game. At the very bottom, everyone can see what you're doing. Everyone can see your inventory. Like, there is no, there is no whining and deflecting here. Like, if you have 100 potions in the bottom and you're running away, then it's like, dude, they can all see. They see what you got going on there. I don't know. Very interesting. It's a very interesting place to be defensive, in my opinion. All right, so real quick, there's another video here. I've heard of this guy, so I want to see his opinion on this. Again, I'll try and splice it up, but always gonna whine, says Skylar. This guy definitely has an ego. Maybe the whole inventory too. Now you're yeah, says Veronica. Yeah, everyone can see everything you're doing. They can see what you're clicking. They can see where you're clicking. They can see what your items you're using and whatnot. It's very easy to tell. He could have done something. Instead, he ran away, made excuses, and cost other players their characters that they spent hundreds of hours to make system. Exactly. So I've heard of this guy. That's why I chose his video to watch. So shout out to I forgot to shout out the other video, the previous one. Did I already get rid of it? Oh well. Apologies. Hopefully that was on screen. All right, so we did that one. So this is Soda Poppin'. I'm guessing. What is his connection to this? Or is this him playing with him? Well, let's check it out. Let's see what he says. I just picked this video at random.
All right.
Cycle of life, man.
So let's break it down.
Oh, he's going to break it down. Great. That's what I want to see.
And it's really, and I would know this, it's easy to go back to things.
So again, shout
in
out to Soda
hindsight.
Poppin'. I'm going to try and add my Soda Poppin' in the co-GM of the Guild Pirate was in. Oh, so he's intimately associated with this whole thing. He's very in the community. So yeah, I'm very intrigued to see what this guy says. I've heard of Soda Poppin', that's why I clicked on it. I generally, if I see a video, if it's got somebody that I know, like I don't mind.
Glasses, it is. A lot of people don't account for human error, but I'm gonna watch this and I'm gonna break it down with that in mind.
Have you seen the guy that's trying to actively reduce his age?
I know. That's crazy. I've seen this dude.
We got two, so just focus this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boss is coming too. Watch out.
Yeah. Well, I got shield wall. God damn.
Are we- are we-
Just run. Can you target dummy?
Okay, run, sure. Target dummies are down, that's fine.
I can
Alright.
target.
I mean, from right here, I would just start rank 1 blizzarding immediately. Even, as a sticky situation. Does he have rank 1 blizzard on his bar?
Yeah. Should I do it?
Okay, so this guy is essentially, he's basically watching the disposition, how to deal with the exact situation, says Tim. Okay. Well, it's like Tim said before, this guy already is saying that he could have been using a blizzard attack or whatever that is to help, I guess, ward off or like do DPS to whatever enemies are following
I
them.
assume that's his rank 1 blizzard and that's his max rank. Does he click it?
And again, like I was saying, this guy's actually looking. You can see on the bottom that's what I was saying is you can see what they're clicking on. You can even see the items that are in the inventory. You can see what they're clicking on to see how they're reacting to everything.
Bosses can't be slowed. Doesn't matter. Boss gets tanked. No problem. And the other mobs just get CC'd in the backline. Pretty simple. I don't know. Does he click that? I don't know.
Just kill the massive. Yeah, target dummy. Kill the massives.
No.
Ozzy, are you fine?
There's a
any
blizzard.
grenades,
Is that a max rank?
I can
Alright.
target him. Yeah. Should I do it?
Just kill the massive. Yeah,
Okay,
target dummy.
blink.
Kill the massives.
No.
What is a max?
Also, are you-
He said max. Oh, I even see in chat someone saying 1 tick max rank. Well, oh, Tim is explaining. Let's see exactly. Rank 1 Blizzard does slows, but he does max rank for now reason, then cancels it later, wasting mana. Oh, so I don't know what max rank means. So he does something, but the thing he does, he cancels doing it, using up a portion of his mana. Oh, so they think he's hiding the fact? They think he's fibbing that, or he's doing something to cause usage of his mana to make it look like he needs to run away? Oh. So he's like saying, "Oh, see, I have nothing. I need to run." Max consumes more mana, but does more damage, says Tim. Well, that's the thing, though. But he doesn't need to do damage right now because they're just trying to run away. Oh, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Tim is saying we don't care about damage. We care about slows. Oh, I see. That's what I was thinking. Is yeah, he's probably just the base attack is probably fine because all you're caring about is the slowness.
Fine.
Oh, that's a max.
Oh, that's why this guy's reacting that way. Okay, okay. Bro, nah, if he did that, I'm dragging him to the grave, says Veronica. Again, I'm learning with you guys. I just picked I'm hoping these videos educate me. So I'm definitely learning here. I'm seeing why this guy's
Okay,
kind of reacting that way. And then he cancels the max rank, making it useless as Tim. Okay.
Yeah, that's a max rank Blizzard, and I think there's a lot of fear. Pirate is scared as fuck right now. I think he has no idea what's like able to happen. He doesn't know what any of these mobs do, so he is terrified for his own life. He is, and I can excuse that. That's fine. Like, can't flack on someone for sucking, or not sucking, just not knowing. However, the max rank Blizzard here was a part of just sucking. I don't know why you would max rank here. I don't know the plan. And then cancel it immediately, only hitting one hyena. But again, panic, sure. It's a lot of mooncloth.
Any grenades, anything.
But that's the thing, though, is like this guy is saying he can understand it due to panic. And while I get the what's on the line, you know, in terms of your character, I mean, he's played this game plenty before. He shouldn't be that panicked. Like, maybe a little bit because obviously you don't want to lose your character. But in terms of game experience, you shouldn't be panicking. Like, it almost seems as though the way Pirate's reacting with his decisions here is he's panicking. His panic looks like someone who doesn't know what they're doing, which if I'm wrong about that, let me know. But that's what because with him clicking on it, canceling it, choosing the wrong rank, you know what I mean? It almost comes off as like either he doesn't know what he's doing or he's intentionally trying to use up mana. Like, I don't know. And then not knowing what you're doing doesn't make sense because he freaking worked on the game and has been playing it for a bajillion years. Pirate can still salvage the situation at this point, says Tim, yeah.
And you can just
Heal him.
Yeah, you just heal me. Just come back a little bit.
What's on me? Setting bear form.
Snuppy, just run.
I see he also has mana gem, and I'm assuming that's the mage weave, or the, what do they call it? The robes of the archmage, and their on use gives mana. Okay, so he has a lot of mana. I don't, that's either holy water, no, it's not a mana potion. I don't see any mana potions in his bag, actually. Unless this is actually a mana pot. But I assume that it's next to Scourge Stones, it's holy water. Okay, so he doesn't have a mana pot unless it's behind his Gandalf hat. But he does have mana gem, and he does have the robes, and that's enough.
I can help a lot. Yeah.
And honestly, even if he didn't have that, rank 1 Blizzard. That's your job here. That is,
Pirate, why are you walking, bro?
they should all be walking
What are
out
you talking
together,
about?
and they should all be
I'm
fine.
walking.
This
Look
is
at my mana.
savageable. Come
Innervate
on,
you?
man.
Kill the mastiffs.
Innervate,
He is so far ahead of
Kill the
his
mastiffs.
group.
In the sense of
More something?
That's another
More
thing I'm
something,
noticing is
One
at
mic.
this point, it's like, why do you need to be that far ahead of your group or guild or whatever you want to call it? Like, shouldn't you be a little closer to them? I mean, he's like not even within range of like any enemy at this point. He's just like, I don't know. It's kind of funny. But then he runs away, says to him, yeah, but running away is fine. Like, that's part of what you want to do right now, but that shadow looks like a big thumbs up. That's pretty cool. I don't know why. I'm looking at an arm. I'm looking at an arm here and then a thumbs up. It's saying good job, pirate, whatever that is. They're all in the same guild. It's a guild of streamers, yeah.
Supposed to do for you.
Just kill the mastiffs. One shot. Okay, we
More than
the
one away,
mastiffs
more on the
right
way.
now. The mastiffs.
Like,
can
where are
get
your
us
group? Your group's way back there.
Yeah,
Like,
we're
why?
gonna
Are you...
Nusara?
No.
Okay,
Okay, he at least stopped.
Okay,
Or
get
not,
out, get
not,
Run, run.
he has mana, so I don't know.
Evocation's on cooldown, man.
Okay, evocation is on cooldown, sure.
I can
But
talk
yeah,
last
mana
one.
gem and you have
Moment
ropes.
of
It's
peace
ice
well.
nova. There's no
Tim says it does.
You have a boss in
thumbs
you.
up.
You called run.
Getting slowed.
This is not the time to be argumentative. It's just not.
And that's another thing is like, if you are gonna do all this stuff, like Soda Poppin is saying, this dude immediately starts complaining and whining right as soon as he gets out, and it's like, why? Like, why do you need to? I'll tell you what, he's doing this. He's immediately complaining, and he's immediately deflecting right when he gets out because he knows what's coming. He knows the criticism is going to be right there, and that honestly makes him look really bad. Like, if you got out and he's just like, dang, that sucks, my bad, guys. But he immediately gets out and he's like, I don't know, what do you want me to do? I didn't have any mana. Blah, blah, blah. It's just like, he couldn't wait a minute before you started, like, defending yourself. Bro saves himself. When I'm on a team, I make sure everyone is running with me, says Veronica. ATP. He's as a force since he's not close to the gang, says Skylar. Yeah.
For me,
I don't
If that's in Discord, I'm annoyed, but
I cannot stun him. Also,
No,
good.
just run out
And again, the irony is he criticizes other mage players for the exact same type of situation system.
Are you good?
The
Also,
Oh,
mods
came
will
up-
fed $1.76.
They called
boss
run,
came up after,
I
like, the
ran,
Masters
and I was
too,
out of mana.
after we,
I don't know what the hell they were expecting, dude. That does not make any sense. No. They overpulled 2 polls and the boss. Like,
so I assume he's muted and he's talking to his chat right now, with his hand being there. I'm assuming it's a mute.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
I mean, the regular ogres can still be polyed. We just had the boss and like.
And that's another weird thing is like doing this stuff live on stream. It's like, why are you? The guy Soda Poppin just said he thinks that he was just talking to his chat alone and he was muted. If you're gonna admit to anything or say anything when you're live on stream, like you realize you're on stream and you're live, right? Like there's nothing you can say that would be, you know, that would everyone's, I just mean everyone post this is gonna know what is going on. He's like, he just muted his stream because he didn't want them to hear him talking to his chat, but it's like, dude, like they're gonna see what you're saying. I don't know what. The healer stayed back to do the best he could to solve the situation, says Tim. I don't know what you were expecting to say back and not ditch the team. And died. Oh, the healer is the one that died. Oh, that's... Yeah, the healer should be the one. The healer should have been the one, right? That's way up at the front, not a... So that the healer can heal from afar, right? Am I wrong on that?
They didn't even need to run. I think they probably could have done that. Sure, they made the call to run. That's fine. Like, I could totally see why they made the call. They could have fought and killed it. But whatever. But wow, that was a horrible...
Pirate, King of Roaches, smirks at death. Out of mana.
I don't think he got them killed on purpose. I think he just sucked ass and panicked.
Ogre killed one and they walked it out.
And from what I
Yes,
gather,
literally.
again, I haven't deep dived this stuff, but from what I've gathered, he never said he did anything wrong.
So Soda Pop in here just said that he thinks he just sucked ass and got them killed accidentally versus him being intentionally negligent with the situation. Is that why he's being so defensive? Is because he knows that he sucked ass and accidentally got them killed, but he's super defensive because he's like someone who worked on the game as a developer. He's known for being a part of the community. He's been playing this game for probably 10 plus years. So it's like, is he defensive because he's worried that people are going to look at him as totally effing up and not being good at the game for a moment? You know what I mean? Is he just like, they're going to think I suck when it's like, okay, I don't know. Veronica, makes sense. Healer should have been in the back of support, probably working together with, I don't know, a mage. Yeah, again, I'm not going to say whether or not that should be the case. I've never played the game, so I of course don't know if a healer should be way ahead of everyone. That's what I would think. But then you have to think, I don't know about the range that a healer would have in terms of, its spells, and maybe a healer needs to be up close to heal. I don't know. Yes, he is 100% knows that he's messed up and is too high up on his high horse to acknowledge any wrongdoing, yeah.
I mean, like, again, like, I'm not going to fault the guy for sucking. Like, did not use his toolkit, did not use his mage properly whatsoever. I think if you put, I could name 5 mages 60 right now. Lakari, no one dies there, believe it or not. Cobalt Streak, no one dies there. Ampi, no one dies there. Nathan, no one dies there. Zico's dead, but Zico on his 40 mage, I don't think anyone dies there.
Moon waddled so pirate could run.
No one dies there. No one. Not a
He
single
says
person.
him out of mana goes to click the mana crystal, then ice barriers instead.
Yeah, did he hover over? Oh, so he knew he had mana gem. It's a misplay.
Even an ice nova would have been enough.
You guys pulled that when
I think he didn't realize he had it, and then he realized he had it after he already left and kind of just doubled down based on ego.
Instantly ran out, bro. You instantly ran. You didn't even look
as much
back.
as you're angry right now. Of course I ran.
I'm not angry at all.
You overpulled 2 packs. You overpulled 2 packs and a boss. I had 1,400 mana left. I had to spend all of that mana to try and put it on Blizzard to save you guys in the first place, and nothing left.
Not
you
really.
weren't paying attention to party resources. You overpulled, and you weren't paying attention to where the boss was. That's not on me.
Ooh.
I saw about
just take some blame, God damn it. Just
the boss
a
coming.
bit.
I don't know if we.
Yeah, how does he know that they overused party resources? Like, he's live. He's not able to watch what they're doing. Like, right? Like, he seems like he was extrapolating weird stuff from what was happening. At this point, he can still salvage it, but admitting fault, but he does insist to him, yeah. Like I said, the guy's like, I remember mentioning it last night on the stream, is that like every time I've listened to him, like he seemed knowledgeable, but in the back of my head with some of the earlier videos, I remember thinking this guy kind of sounds elitist when it comes to certain things. So I don't know.
Could,
It's okay.
Move back.
Not a big
faster,
deal.
But, yeah.
But there wasn't even like
Damn.
any like information. We are just yapping about useless stuff. Do you see my point?
I mean, yeah.
Not
But I
me.
mean, I called it the boss coming though, but at that point, maybe it was too late to move back.
Like you're telling me like a rank 1 mage would not like at least to try Frozen over there. Like you're not even like in danger.
Oh, I'm
You can at
100%
least
in
try
danger.
Frozen over. Like,
100%.
No, you're not.
No, 100% danger.
No,
When
he's
your
not.
shot color says run, it's time to run. You run. That is how that works.
No, it's not.
You were the shot caller. You called for run. I ran.
I'm not a shot
And I was
caller,
out of mana.
actually, I'm a noob.
This
I
isn't
use
a
all
league
the
match.
skills and skills.
I'm locked in.
Oh dear God.
And I can still see
yeah, I'm
that
gonna play
I
chalk
can
color
use
today.
a Frozen over there.
Okay, then go roll a
You were
mage
the
and do
first
it.
person that ran away and didn't even look back. Literally.
This is the
You didn't even
second
say
time.
anything.
This
You
is
could
the
have at
second.
least said like the
Wait,
boss.
you're just gonna talk over me? Is that what we're doing now? We're just gonna talk over me. Is that all? Is that all
I'm
we're
just
doing?
giving you my point.
Okay. You done giving your point? You good?
Yes. I'm
Okay. Cool. You go roll a mage then. See you around.
Did he leave the call?
I don't think that's.
Oh no, he's on.
Insane. No.
What?
Listen
What?
to Ampy and
That is
Zico about the
outrageous, dude.
situation.
You can't blame me for that. You make a bad poll. You make a bad.
I'll keep listening.
Call. That's on you. They
I mean, you could tell Soda, like, when he was listening to that entire spiel, like, again, like, why are you being the defensive one when you're not the party that lost their entire player character, you know? Like, why is he's more defensive than the other guy who's, like, legitimately has a reason to be ticked off. I don't know. It's because he knows he's in the wrong. I don't know how else you can take that. You can see mana usage in the party, so I get what he's saying about others should watch his resources, but that doesn't mean his writer system. Oh, I see. I see at the top left. You can see mana. Okay, so there is a little bit of you can see some resources to an extent. Okay.
pull that with the mage at no mana left, and they pull 2 packs and a boss. What the hell am I supposed to do?
Isn't there a
I
clip
could've-
of like Ampy with 0 mana? And like again, it's like you're not expected to play an Ampy saves. I think it's Tyler's group in Skolo. Like you're not expected to play like Ampy. But whenever someone dies, like what you do is you put on your own hindsight glasses and you you take a step back and you say, if I was a robot and I played perfectly, what could I have done? And it's okay if you don't play that well. But when another mage literally does that, and then you say it's not possible, like that's weird.
Rodic Rose is saying, all I know is they were too polite and I would have cooked them like a rotisserie chicken. That's a great point because, like I was saying before, Pirate is the only one in this situation who really is kind of acting like a dick. You know what I mean? Everyone else is pretty amicable and is like pretty calmly explaining their gripes with what he just did. They're just like, hey man, you know, you could have helped out, you could have done this, you could have done... Honestly, this guild... Those guild members, to me, have seemed pretty chill about the entire thing. And Pirate, the one who effed up, is the only one who's like, you know, he's just being an outright jerk, kind of saying, you know, that's all your fault. All of your fault is the reason why everyone, or half of the crew died. You know, it's... the community has thoroughly cooked him, don't worry, system. Yeah, again, we are like, this, all of this happened months ago. So this is just explaining... Honestly, we probably didn't need to watch this much of it. But this is where I first heard about him. And actually, I feel like we can kind of actually move on from this. So, Yeah, this was months ago. Community's been kind of down on him a little bit because of what he was doing here. So I was just thinking, I'm like, this is all old news at this point. Everyone else is amicable, and neither the healer nor druid, both died, have said anything against him. Yeah, the two crew that didn't die, they're the ones that are they're like super quiet or muted or something. All right, so we're moving into. I got a nice little. I got Moist Critical, Charlie's opinion here. So Charlie did a video kind of explaining. So another thing that's going on that he's being criticized for is I think even the Act Man did a video on that. I guess I could have watched Act Man's video as well, but essentially what's going on here is there is oh gosh, let me look. I'll just pull up Act Man's video. I forgot what the name of the company is called. It's like Save the Video Games or something. Save the. Ah, here it is.
Hi there. I'm a.
Quiet, Ackman. I'm kidding. I like Ackman. So essentially, there's this petition that's going on called "Stop Killing Games." I forget the gentleman's name. The video, they'll throw his name out there. But essentially, what it is that it is this this new petition that started up by this guy who's trying to preserve online video games essentially post or stop them from getting canceled or stop the servers from shutting down post a game being made, which funny enough, actually there's a story about how the game Anthem is getting the servers for that game are getting closed either this year or next year. So like we'll say when a game like Anthem has its server shut down, how the flippity flim flam is anyone going to play this game? Like, does this game exist post it getting shut down? Well, that is what this petition essentially is covering. Is essentially there's this guy starting this Stop Killing the Games, going around getting other creators, other video gamers to sign on to this petition, trying to start a way for normal creators just to make their own servers and house their own servers to protect these games. I'm explaining it bad. They'll be able to explain it a little bit better. And essentially, PirateSoftware did on a stream or on a video has been publicly attacking this petition of just people wanting to protect videojuegos. Like what? Like why is this? Why is this the hill that you want to die on? Like everyone universally wants to protect these games. Down the line, and PirateSoftware is like. Again, he's not just criticizing it in his streams, but he's like actively telling people, do not support this, do not sign this, talk crap about it. And it's like, bro, like, I think a lot of the thing that people are criticizing about him is, this is where, I think I mentioned it on stream last night, this is where you have all of these people that are coming out and calling him possibly an industry plant because of an opinion like this. It's like, it doesn't make sense why you would disagree with protecting video games and making like it just doesn't make sense unless you're like some corporate espionage, if you secretly work for some company. So again, I don't know of any relevance to that. I'm not personally calling him an industry plant. I'm just saying that's the sentiment around why people are thinking why he's against this. But and again, like his whole rise to fame was very quick. And I don't think he's an industry plant. I'll just put it there. Now, my opinion is not that he's an industry plant. I do think he is knowledgeable on game development. He claims he worked in game development. I'm going to take him at his word when it comes to all of that stuff. I think I've heard about a bit about it before, says Skylar. This drama I know nothing about, says Tim. Yeah. So again, how long is Act Man? Yeah, we'll watch. Oh, where's the video I want? No, I lost it. Oh, I got it. All right, so here's our boy Moist Critical. For the most part, I should say, I almost always find I watch a lot of Moist because I like his opinion on things. So there you go. I tend to watch people that I like their opinions on. I liked Ackman. I like Moist Critical. There's a bunch of other people gaming wise that I pay attention to. All right, here you go. Let's listen to that deep voice. Let's listen to that deep, sultry voice. Hello. My name is Moist. Imagine having a voice that deep and then your nickname being Moist. Some people got it all. I don't know. All right, let's watch this video.
No doubt most of you have noticed over the last 10 or 11 months I've been a lot happier, glowing, really radiant.
Look at that hair.
Just from my voice
Look at that beard.
striking
Listen to that voice.
So what is the secret to this newfound happiness of mine? The one trick doctors don't want you to know.
Sorry, I didn't realize the audio.
I haven't been online as much.
I didn't realize the audio was
I've been
down.
a lot happier, glowing, really radiant. You can tell probably just from my voice alone and this striking smile.
I guess the one thing Moist doesn't have, I believe, is height. I think he's kind of a short king, right? A lot of people say. Nothing wrong with short kings. I'm a short king.
So what is the secret to this newfound happiness of mine? The one trick doctors don't want you to know? I haven't been online as much. I've been going outside far more frequently, spending time in the real world.
What? Moist has been touching grass? That's not what we're about here. No one likes grass. Tim says, LOL, he is short. I don't think he's that short. I think he's probably my height, right? I'm about 5'5", 5'6". Is 5'5", 5'6" a short king? I mean, that's what I am. Hey, Mike Masters is in chat. What's up, Mike? Mike says, what up, bro? Welcome to the stream, Mike. Good to see you. We're just talking about or listening, learning about a little bit of online drama right now. Enjoying some videos, that's all. Yeah, you guys let me know. Is 5'5", 5'6" a short king? I'd be curious, because I feel like the normal height of normal U.S. citizen would be like 5'7", 5'8". So would anyone below 5'7", 5'8" be a short king? Or I don't know. I feel like that's my opinion. I feel like if you're under 5'7", 5'8", you're short. But if you're there and above normal height, or you're really tall. Tim says you are a short king. Thank you. I gladly will take that title.
And as
maybe I'll do an entire video. No, I'm kidding. I'm not doing a height video.
Such, I'm sure many of you have noticed over the last 10 or 11 months.
Yo, I never noticed in Moist Critical. Dude, that Sauron statue is freaking awesome. I never noticed that. Dude, I want a Sauron statue with his mace. Dude, that is one of the coolest freaking statues I've ever seen. How do I get that? I'm jealous, dude. That's awesome. That's like the coolest. That might be like the coolest house decor I've ever seen. I want that. I'm jealous.
Hasn't been a huge focal point of the channel.
Shrunk, says Color Twilight. No, I don't want to shrunk anymore. I'm already short enough.
Majority of it, and of course, occasionally.
Tim says 3 hours of chest standing in front of a tape measure.
I've still dipped my tootsies in some of it, like if there's something particular.
Tim says this statue has to be a new addition. Dude, that is sick. I'm not kidding. Like, I would probably pay good money to have that statue. Not like I'm not like loaded. I would pay a couple $100, but I guarantee you that's at least $1,000 statue. Whatever. Look at the size of that thing. That's got to be at least $1,000, maybe like $1,500 freaking statue. That's sick.
Particularly wacky going
All right, sorry,
on.
Moist.
And I still cover like news and crazy shit going on with aliens and all of that kind of thing, or if there's like a really cringe, prankster that got arrested or something, I'll still talk about that. But it's not like a fixation for me like it used to be over the last few years, where I was covering any and
hold on, I'm sorry. I'm covering some of Moist's hair here. There you go. You guys can see more of it.
Creator space hoopla. And I want to keep it that way. I'm having a lot more fun not doing that. That being said, there is something that has unfolded here that's like the John Wick killing the dog moment that's bringing me back, just very temporarily. And it's PirateSoftware. Yesterday I talked about Stop Killing Games. And there's no way to talk about Stop Killing Games without also mentioning PirateSoftware, because
says, we need to see the hair. That's why I moved it. It's not you got to see the hair. He does have great hair. I bet you he uses top of the line shampoo and conditioner. Best of the best. He probably doesn't just use hair, Head and Shoulders.
The profound effect he has had on that initiative in its demise. I say demise, but it's not actually fully cooked, but it has been on life support, and PirateSoftware did play a big role in that because of 2 videos he made, as well as a stream, shitting all over it. And that's not even doing it justice. He was full-blown tooting on this. He was shitting on it with some fart on top. And a lot of what he was saying about Stop Killing Games wasn't accurate. It was a misrepresentation of the initiative. And the guy behind it, the guy spearheading it, Ross...
Okay, so yeah, luckily this is the point where it seems like Moist is going to... Again, I don't know much about Stop Killing Games. I just know the whole idea is, again, game preservation, which if you are somebody like me that actually loves video games, that does nothing but talk and play video games and collects video games, that is a big deal. It's game preservation. Like, how many games are there that I could name that it's like, how can you not ever play that game? You talk about a game like MAG for the PS3. You were never playing a game like that. A game like Anthem. Anthem's going to completely disappear. What happens to Destiny 1 or Destiny 2, let alone, once post the servers and everything gets shut down. There's so many games you can point to. Gosh, I'd have to turn around. But those are games immediately. A game like MAG is a big one where it's like, who can play that game anymore? You can't play it anymore. You know what I mean? A game like Destiny 1. Again, huge fan of Destiny 1. I don't know. Again, it's interesting that story of Anthem was literally yesterday. Like, how are you going to play Anthem? You can't play Anthem. That game's going to be gone. Not that anyone should play Anthem. I've played Anthem and it wasn't that great, but
finally set the record straight on a lot of the misconceptions that PirateSoftware helped to put out there and kind of exacerbate these thought processes that just weren't accurate for what the initiative was actually aiming to do. He finally set the record straight, and I, of course, wanted to talk about it as someone who does actually care about it. Now,
so yeah, Moist is also saying something I forgot to mention. Not only has Pirate been like against this petition, against it and criticizing it, but he's been like willingly kind of deceitful about what it's about, what it's wanting to do, how it's going to get done. So again, this is the purpose of this, and like it being good for the games in general. It makes no sense. Oh, that's a great. I stopped it perfectly. That's a terrible face right now for our boy Charlie there. It just makes no sense. Why is this something that you're against? Like, this is good for video games. Like, do you not like video games? I don't know.
As I've said, I've been a little more off the grid. I bought a fucking farm, so I've been, living off the Lord's land recently, and I've missed a lot of the internet happenings. So PirateSoftware's previous anime arcs of drama, like with World of Warcraft, and the one after that, 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 I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to. I only got little tiddly...
Tim says Charlie's face is so seductive. I can't agree with you on there, but he is a very nice gentleman. I like his content.
Little morsels of lore about it in a few clips, so I never really even understood what was going on there. So PirateSoftware's response to everything that happened yesterday really caught me by surprise. That was a subversion of my expectations bigger than Game of Thrones Season 8.
Yeah, Hutcher, I did.
A subversion of expectations bigger than Star Wars The Last Jedi, Charlie? It's a big statement there.
I think it's really hilarious to me that entire community is so butt mad at me.
Let me know if is the video audio too loud, or is it good for you guys? To me, it's a little loud, but I'll leave it. Just let me know if it sounds fine.
10 months ago about their stuff, and then not being refuted, and now it's my fault that everything is going wrong for them.
I cannot believe his ego. His ego is so out of control, I feel like he's only a week or two away from exclusively referring to himself in third person, like Stone Cold fucking Steve Austin. And that's the truth, cause PirateSoftware said so. Some shit like that. It's crazy how he's responded. The smugness is nails on a chalkboard. It just makes you feel icky listening to it. Mm-hmm. And he goes on that same talking point multiple times in the clip. About how, like, oh, I guess I'm fully to blame. I guess because I made those videos 10 months ago, it's my fault entirely that this whole thing crashed and burned. Yep. Oh boy. Time to play a sad song on the world's smallest violin for the Stop Killing Games movement. All because Big Bad PirateSoftware took it all down by himself. Like, it's crazy. No one's saying that. Like, there is no one out there that is saying it is entirely Pirate Software's fault that Stop Killing Games hasn't been more successful in its endeavors. But there's irrefutable evidence that you had a detrimental effect, a majorly.
And what Moist is saying, Charlie here is saying, is that Pirate Software is like kind of saying, oh, well, because of you, your movement and your petition is not doing well, that's all your fault. But like Charlie is saying, no, you literally are a big content creator, and you're literally out here criticizing and telling people not to support it. So, I mean, you in Charlie or Pirate's like not taking it again. Pirate cannot take the blame for anything. He's Charlie mentioned he's got an ego. He can't be at fault for anything when, like, the reason why he's addressing something like that is because I guarantee you people are criticizing him for crapping on the petition, and he's just like, nope, not my fault. No, it's theirs because they don't know how to message, or it's not they suck. I don't know.
Damaging effect on Stop Killing Games because of your misinformation that you spread about it in 2 videos and across all your streams, and not once have you bothered to correct that record. And he has said that it hasn't been refuted in 10 months. That is fish paste. That is turbo horseradish. Go to your own comment section on your videos to see everyone refuting you, as well as the innumerable other gamers and voices out there that have taken down those talking points and debunked a lot of them and proven that you just didn't understand it. And that is the big problem. No one hates Pirate Software because he doesn't agree with Stop Killing Games. The reason so many people are angry at him, myself included here, you can disagree with the movement all you want. If you don't like the initiative, I'm not your fucking dad. You make your own choices there. But the reason so many people, myself included, do not like how Pirate Software is handling
because he's like attacking and lying about it.
Outright refusing to just admit any level of fault, that he was wrong about anything. And that couldn't be more clear from these clips, as well as his tweets that he's made. It's actually his tweets that really sent me off the fucking rails here, off my gourd. Let's start with this little nugget here that he deleted from last night. So he tweeted directly at Ross, the guy.
Oh, okay. I actually didn't read this, so I'm interested to see what this says. So this is a tweet from Pirate to Ross about the Stop Killing Games petition. Amazing point by Charlie, says Tim, on why people hate Pirate. Yes.
Behind Stop Killing Games, talking about how he made those videos 10 months ago, and since then, his community has been nothing but hateful. A scourge. A fucking tyrannid threat that he must destroy. Your community is fucking rabid, and it's shit to deal with for anyone on the other side of the argument. Why do you think I haven't talked about this shit in 10 months? Why do you think we auto-mute anyone bringing it up in chat? Because it's been rage bait and shit-flinging the entire time. And just goes on about like how he is the victim of Ross's toxic, terrible community.
Hold on, I want to read that. Let me read it myself. Where's that at? I put out 2 videos disagreeing with your initiative 10 months ago and haven't talked about it since. Now your initiative has failed, and you're blaming me for 33 minutes of an hour-long video covering it. Your community is out in force, shitting up our streams and socials with hate messages, threats, and snide comments. Why'd you throw snide comments in there? Who cares about snide comments? You're putting snide comments on the level of threats? No, I don't know. Let's see. Chat, we gotta throw him overboard, says Veronica. Tim says he didn't make a single valid point in that entire tweet. I just read it. Yeah, I'm reading it. Yeah, I'm gonna finish it up. Since you're so set on cutting up my responses into pieces to try and make them seem unhinged, I'm going to drop my videos here to show actual context. There is a massive pinned FAQ on the first video you can read through to see my reasoning. To quote back to you, if you're going to hate me, at least hate me for what I'm actually saying. The only engagement I've seen is level-headed has been from Lewis Rossman. His video breaks down what I disliked and tried to meet me in the middle with a conversation that made sense, as much as I engaged with him on that video as screenshotted below. I'm fine with talking to people that are level-headed about this and can have a conversation, but to be real, dude, every time you've been involved your orbiters turn shit toxic. Instantly, it sets me off. Your community is effing rabid, and it's shit to deal with for anyone on the other side of the argument. Why do you think I haven't talked about this in 10 months? Why do you think we ought to mute anyone bringing up in chat? Because it's been rage bait and shit flinging the entire time. You're on Reddit, had people openly talking about causing drama in our community to try to start more support. I still disagree with your movement for all the reasons I stated. That's unlikely to change at this point, and I'm more fine with that. Stay frosty. There was something in there that my thing is like, so he says here, I'm going to drop my videos here to show actual context. why wouldn't, if you're directly talking to this guy on Twitter or whatever this is, X, whatever, why wouldn't you put your points in there? Why is his points? He's like, oh no, you're wrong, and I'm gonna tell you why. In these videos over here, like why wouldn't you just say it there if you're willing to put a bajillion? I don't know. He basically said, "I dislike you" in 6 paragraphs. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is this whole he's talking about shit flinging throughout the entire message, but it's like, no, dude, your entire message here, all this is just shit flinging. You know, poop flinging, I should say. Apologies. Yeah, I don't know. It's annoying. Exactly. He raises. Yeah, there's no valid point here. He's just saying, "I dislike you. Go look. Go." Yeah. He's saying, "I dislike you. Now go check out my videos. Posted down below."
Why do you think we auto-mute anyone bringing it up in chat? Because it's been rage bait and shit-flinging the entire time. And just goes on about like how he is the victim of Ross's toxic, terrible community, which is hilariously hypocritical coming from PirateSoftware, when in his videos and his streams, he makes it very clear and is very rude about how much he dislikes not only Ross, but the movement. And it's not like he's being very professional and polite about it, you know, buttoned up. Listen to it.
So this was my first encounter of him.
Oh shit, no, this is actually really dumb. It's used car salesman garbage. This is shit. It's shit. Not only do I not want to back this, I'm going to actively tell people not to.
And there we go. Not only do I not want to back this, I'm going to tell people not to. So he is, yeah, again, he's not just like I actually think if he were to not back it, that would be fine. Like, who cares? Like, whatever. Don't back it. But he has like some sort of gripe and actively dislikes the movement and is actually going out of his way to tell his community and tell other people, do not support this. And it's like why, dude? Like, it again, do you not support preserving video games? Like, what do you work for Nintendo? What is your uncle the CEO of Microsoft? You know what? Like, what do you? Why are you dick riding for Sony so hardcore? Like, what? It makes no sense. Exactly. He raised no valid points. Be right back. Gonna pee, get another drink, says Tim. Scott Twilight says, bro brought a big nothing burger. No, he brought a burger. It's just it's got no cheese. It's got no condiments. It's got no lettuce or onions or tomatoes or pickles. And it doesn't even have like burger bread. It just has like two very plain Wonder Bread slices. You know what I mean? Just the white thinnest Wonder Bread you can imagine, and there's just like just a basic burger patty there with nothing. I think that's what he brought. Yeah. So not a nothing burger, but it's a burger with nothing. There you go. Unrelated, bald my eyes. I should say, to defend this guy seemed, I think his name's Ross. Is this the Ross guy? Everything I've seen from this dude's been pretty cool. He seems cool. He's very eloquent. He's always talking about what his goals and what he wants to do. And he seems like he legitimately cares about video games and wants to support them and wants to make them accessible post, you know, game studios being wanting to shut off the servers. It's the Krabby Patty that poisoned the inspector, said Veronica Rose. Oh, is it Nasty Patty? Was that what it was called? The Nasty Patty? Disgusting. Let's see. Just in time to hear, it's not a nothing burger, but it's a burger with nothing. Philosoph. It's like the glass isn't half empty, it's half full. Or it's not half full, it's half empty. I don't know, however you want to view that.
That is awful. That is a horrible goddamn direction. That's awful, dude. No, eat my entire ass. The level of stupid that I just had to receive.
How does one eat one's entire ass? I mean, if you're eating... I'm not gonna go down that road. I mean, if you're eating already, why do you need to, why do you need to say entire? The action is already being perpetrated.
It was like sitting on Twitter for 12 hours. This shit sucks. That's a really stupid ass move. That's an incredibly stupid ass move. I think this is ass. This is complete garbage. All of this.
Wait, why is it ass though? What does it say? Reasons the ECI. Politicians like easy wins. Politicians mostly don't care about video games. The initiative is in line with other consumer policies. It's a diversion from more. So is this what he's? Is this what he? Does he have a PowerPoint? Is this a PowerPoint he made on why he doesn't want it to work? No, this is a YouTube video of some kind. Reasons that. What is the ECI? Is that the Stop Killing Games? Is that what ECI? I don't know what ECI is. Politicians like easy wins. Mostly don't care about video games. No, this is a video supporting the Stop Killing Games movement. And he's watching this. Oh, Tim says he's watching this and disagreeing with it. So this is the Stop Killing Games saying why there's something that could pass that would further help getting rid of video game or not supporting games post when publishers or studios pull the plug. So it's saying that the government would pass this ECI because they like easy wins. They mostly don't care about video games, so what do they care if a game gets shut down permanently? The law is already unclear on this practice, so there's no precedent for it. The initiative is in line with other consumer policies. What that means is it's in line with other consumer policies because most people are not playing old video games, so what do they care if servers get shut off? It's a diversion from more serious topics, meaning they'd rather support this than, like, I don't know, doing something to help something more important like unions or in video games or something, which is always a talking point.
Complete garbage. All of this can eat shit then. I drop the mask entirely. I have no qualms about that. They can eat my entire ass. The whole thing. That sounds stupid as shit.
Yeah, I'm sure it's Ross and his community that are actually the assholes here. Brother, come on, you can't possibly be calling the wambulance with a side of french fries here about people being mean to you when you are literally the one that started the shit-flinging and name-calling. And by the way, Ross never even addressed this for 10 months because he didn't want to dilute the initiative into just having it be boiled down to drama between creators, which I think was actually very big of him. The only reason he's talking about it now is because it's at the end of its life, and so many people still don't understand it because of someone like PirateSoftware misrepresenting it. So he's finally setting the record straight there. Anyway, he did delete that tweet, but just a little while ago, he made a new tweet, a very long tweet as well as a...
Okay, so let me read the next one. Been reading through all of the posts again against me over my stance on the Stop Killing Games initiative. Tons of people calling me a liar or that I misrepresented the initiative. Also, lots of content creators dogpiling on this to get their pound of flesh. Let's dig into what I actually did and said. I put out 2 videos, August 6, 2024 and August 7, 2024. These videos are linked at the bottom of this post. Many people have not watched them and are just calling me a liar or attacking my character. Give the videos a watch, read the initiative itself, make a conclusion that you aren't copying, pasting from social media. Monetization on these videos is disabled, so no, this is not some ploy to increase revenue. I just care about the subject and have rightful concerns as a person working in this space. Wait. Monetization on these videos... Oh, no, okay. I just care about... Hold on, what's this line? I just care about this subject and have rightful concerns as a person working in this space. Well, so he literally is beholden to game studios or game publishers, or he's literally saying he's against this petition. He's against this movement because he wants video game companies to be able to monetize these games after the servers are shut off. Am I pulling the right conclusion from that? Because he's worried that if people are allowed to begin their own servers or if individuals are allowed to continue these games post their death, that means that a company can't later on down the line find some way of monetizing the game. Oh, so sure. Oh yeah, sorry. You get what I'm saying? Like, because he says, I just care about this subject and have rightful concerns as a person working in this space. Why, if you work in this space, why would individuals being able to continue work on a game to ensure that it's continued to be played, why does that have any effect on you working in the space if the company just wants to shut the game down? You know what I mean? Okay, so the game mag from like I was saying, from PS3 from like 15, 20 years ago. That game doesn't exist. No one can play it. How does that affect anyone modern time-wise working at Sony on the PS5? What does that have to like? So he again, he literally is saying, I work in this space, so I want Sony to be able to, at any point, whenever they feel like it, to like bring back something like Mag and to be able to monetize it, or to make a sequel or something. You know what I mean? It's like, why does that affect you? It doesn't affect you. Like what is... Like I'm baffled that he literally put it that way. I just care about this subject and have rightful concerns as a person working in the space. What does people continuing the work of a game that the company already wants to cancel, how does that affect you as a working person in the space? The company wants, the development studio wants to cancel the game. Like, what is it? It doesn't affect you. He's literally just advocating for the idea that the video game company can just hold on to that game and prevent people from playing it ever. He's just advocating that somewhere down the line they can do something to make money off of it and revive it, or to turn the servers back on and allow people to play it and make money off of it again. It makes... Alright, I'm probably sticking on this subject too long, but it makes absolutely no sense. Also, he uses its instead of its. Oh, did he use its versus its? So he... I mean, I guess he doesn't use the right wording. Because its would be it is versus, it's like the ownership of the word, I guess you would say. I don't know. How does it benefit him anyways, guys? We gotta make him walk the plank, says Veronica. I'm convinced he just likes talking about things and arguing, yapping to make himself sound smart, says Tim. Yes. That's what I was saying, is that I think I was mentioning it last night. He comes off 100% as somebody who is he just wants to be contradictory. It's like, oh, there's a million people that support this thing and think it's good for them. Well, I don't like it. You know what I mean? He literally is. He's a contrarian. That's what I was thinking. I'm not a contradiction. He's a contrarian, 100% a contrarian. I then go through the initiative and some of its goals. I'm being petty, LOL, says Tim. Okay, I'll finish the text. In the first video, I go through what initiative is and how it is not law, and how it is a starting point for the entire process. Now you got me looking at all his its. This helps people understand that this is to start the conversation for change that can adapt later. I then go through the initiative and some of its goals. Oh, and some of its goals, I see. It's IT. It should be ITS. Some of its goals shouldn't be the... Was that apostrophe? That shouldn't be there. I don't know. Is that a... Shoot, dude, I'm... Whatever that symbol is, that should not be before the S. Goals from the official page for it. I then talk about the repercussions of them and how they should be implemented. As written, all games need to be left in a functional... Hold on. I then go through the initiative and some of its goals from the official page. Then I talk about the repercussions of them should they be implemented. As written, all games need to be left in a functional, playable state. Well, why shouldn't every game be left in a functional, playable state? Why does that... Again, why does that bother you? I don't know. He's a contrarian, yes, says Tim. Yes. In all the wrong places, says Veronica. It's word salads. Yeah, it's 100% word salad, whatever this is.
As well as a series of...
Alright, so here's another text. I'll move myself again. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying just trying to understand this guy and his opinion. He's saying nothing with a ton of words, says Tim. Yeah. I left AAA in 2016 because I effing hate how the industry is now and prefer indie entirely. I don't like Blizzard, or I would have stayed working there. That's why I quit. That's the entire point. FAA, AAA, and what many studios have turned games into. Outside of that, I am not financially supported by live service games. I make a single-player RPG, and am the director of strategy for off-brand games. In that position, I am paid minimum wage by my own decision because I care about games succeeding, not about profiting off of them. Again, all of these points he's making point to someone who would support. It 100% is just him being contrarian. Because if you were somebody that disliked AAA games, you were an indie dev, you're not supported by a live service game, you like making single player games, you're paid, you care about games succeeding and not profiting off of them, why would you not support the thing? I don't know. To further this, and games we're publishing are all playable offline anyway because their gameplay loops are not only based on interplayer interaction. Okay, your game's offline. This bill has nothing to do with offline video games, so why talk about your offline video games? No, I've not been running away from discourse and talked about this for 8 hours on stream. I never took down my videos because I've not discussed the initiative and blah, 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 blah. My internet almost died mid-broadcast, so I have to go live 30 minutes later. For those that will scream, he's doubling down. Yes, I damn well am. I give a shit about this initiative and what it means for games developers and players in the future. Just because I don't support this doesn't mean you should blindly follow me in. Just because I said pretty words on the internet. You haven't said any pretty words? You kidding me? I'm not that smart and I could write this. Are you kidding? I said pretty words. Dude, this dude is so full of himself. I'm sorry. Also, read the issue for yourself. Apply critical thinking and don't outsource it to others. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I don't play many online games, but I don't want competition to shut down cause why big companies want to make big money. You should look at videos about the development of his game system. Oh, maybe later on. Bro, I've written essays that still had stuff to say while trying to stalk for word limits, says Veronica. The entire tweet could have been maybe 1 to 2 sentences, says Tim. So wait, he's comparing offline versus online, says Veronica. Yes, he's touting something about his not online game that's a single player, that he admits a single player RPG versus an always online games, and the people looking to continue those games. I don't know.
Of tweets under it in regards to this whole thing. And in all these words, all this mumbo jumbo, not once does he say he was wrong about anything. In fact, he just continues to double down, even proudly stating he is doubling down. Wow, how incredibly noble, doubling down on things you are provably, blatantly wrong about. We don't need to hit the Jumbotron for the replay on yesterday's video going over so many of the things that he was incorrect about in regards to the initiative. But the point is, that is an issue that I really thought that he would address. Be like, hey, yeah, I did get this part wrong. You're right, guys. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to misrepresent it. I still don't fully agree with it, but I do recognize that I had some errors here in my coverage. That's what I was expecting. That is not what we got. And it prompted me to reach out directly to him, to talk to him, to see, like, why isn't he acknowledging that? Is there a reason?
Veronica Rose says, then again, we return back to the question, why does it affect him? It does not. That's why this whole thing is baffling. Well, again, it doesn't affect him. What I'm thinking might be why he's incentivized to not support it is, I wonder, does this guy have, like, a stake in some video game company? Like, does he have, like, again, that's the only thing that makes sense to me is if you work for some major video game company like a Sony, or again, he worked for Blizzard, but not only does he not work for Blizzard, does he have a stake in Blizzard? So he is because he comes from a background of working on a game like World of Warcraft, which is a game that perfectly falls into what is being talked about here with this bill or petition. So, gosh, I'm trying to understand where it could fit in. So that could make sense. Was he has to have stake? Maybe he has a bunch of stake within Blizzard, and he wants to just ensure that whenever Blizzard down the line shuts off this, or wants to shut off servers to any aspect of World of Warcraft, he wants to ensure that individuals cannot continue the game themselves. He wants to ensure that a company like Blizzard forever has control over what's going on with World of Warcraft. Oh gosh, it's so. But again, like as a developer on the game, you wouldn't care about what happens with that game that far down the line. The only way you would care about that is if you have a stake in some video game company, and again, you're wanting to ensure that you profit off of it somehow. You know what I mean? That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Or unless he's just being paid by some company to say this.
Like, what is going on there? So I did. He made it very clear he was not.
Of which I don't know is. I'm not saying that's happening at all. That's my opinion. I'm just throwing out a possibility. Don't come after me, bro.
Happy with my coverage of Stop Killing Games, which is fine. I think that's totally fine. I'm not going to leak DMs or really go in depth on our private conversation, but the point of me reaching out to him was to talk about his refusal to acknowledge that he did, maybe unintentionally, misrepresent Stop Killing Games, and it led to a just shy of 2 hours, like, circular argument that ultimately got us nowhere. He was more focused on his qualms with Stop Killing Games, and really liked to challenge me to prove him wrong about some of his hang-ups with it, and when I would mention, like, the behavior aspect, like, hey, you did misrepresent it, and I'd give him a timestamp, he'd then instead say how I'm wrong for thinking that he misrepresented it. We got nowhere. So I want to just publicly say this again. There are plenty of things you can disagree with when it comes to the Stop Killing Games initiative. I'll put links to it if you want to learn more about it, and you can form your own opinions on it if you want to support it. If you don't like it, that's fine. That's super normal.
Radicaro says that's just a theory, a Chaz theory. Rest in peace, Game Theory. I don't even know if is Game Theory still a thing? Wasn't that one creator that retired? Wasn't he the game theorist or whatever? Let me look that up. What was that guy's name? I don't remember. Isn't it Matt something? Game Theory. Game Theory YouTube. Matt Pat. Yeah, didn't Matt Pat retire, or he no longer, he did Game Theory for like the longest time. Did he retire? When did he retire? I'm pretty sure he retired or something weird like that. Where is in June? Let's see. MatPat created GT Live. Blah, 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 blah. He did part of the channels as the regular host in March. Did make minor appearances. MatPat narrated the majority of the videos in his channels before his departure. So he departed it. What did he go do after that? I don't even know what MatPat's up to. He is producing musical adaptations of anime. Oh, so he's doing like musicals now. Interesting. Did not know that. Game Theory is still around. MatPat retired, so it's someone else taking over, says Skylar. He passed it on to his teammates. Oh, okay. Tim says, worth mentioning, he had nothing to do with any writing any code, and wow, he was... Oh, he was just QA. I
didn't reach out to...
What a loser. No, I'm kidding.
To try and champion that PirateSoftware should become, a huge ambassador of Stop Killing Games, out there on the fucking front.
He's got a kid, so I think he's raising. Also, he will return for charity events.
Simply about the misunderstanding that he showcased, maybe unintentionally, and the misrepresentation of it that he broadcast, again, maybe unintentionally, which has in turn, over the course of 10 months, misled people on what the fuck Stop Killing Games even is in the first place, which I found to be a problem because he's never even acknowledged that as something that has happened. And because he refuses to acknowledge that, and anyone that even, tiptoes around that subject, he kind of treats as though they're fucking idiots, like me, for thinking that he's misrepresented something. Now, he did just post a tweet where he said he talked to me and Josh Strife Hayes, and in that tweet, this will prove how useless our conversation was, unfortunately, there's not a single peep about misrepresenting what Stop Killing Games was about. It's more so about how the public just doesn't understand game development, and it kind of reads to me like we're all just too stupid to understand it from his side of things. Our conversation basically stupid.
Just talk to Charlie and Josh Strife Hayes for a bit in DMs. If you're mad at me for being a dick to Ross, I get it. I'm sorry for that. I should not have lashed out, but I had an emotional response due to how important this subject is to me. What subject? The idea of not supporting video games post people playing them? Like, what? That's the thing, though, is he's sitting... He wants to die on this hill, but the problem is what's the name of the hill? What is this hill? Like, what? That's like someone saying, That's like someone saying, I'm against people, what's something niche, something, um, I'm against people killing pandas. It's like, okay, why? Or I no, I'm pro people killing pandas. It's like, okay, why are you pro? Who out there is pro the killing of pandas? You know what I mean? It's like, why though? Like, explain yourself, sir. I don't know. I'm sure there's a group out there that is pro panda killing. I guarantee you. I don't know why I threw that out there. Right? I had to pull his chair up before he sat down, says Veronica. He doesn't even care about it. What? Sewing sweaters for kittens. Yeah. Why are you against... That's like someone being anti-kittens getting sweaters. It's like, what? Why? Why are you against... Save the panda system. Let's see. On the developer side, I've been in a constant battle with people online for nearly a decade trying to inform them how difficult it is to make and release video games. The idea that any of these technical hurdles are easy to overcome would be simple to implement. Is that... What? The idea that any of these technical hurdles are easy to overcome would be simple to implement is the exact... What? When I bring up the issues with leaving online-only games in a functional playable state after sunsetting, I'm always met with responses diminishing the effort needed to do that. This is not a simple hurdle to overcome. This is exactly why I don't... So, his argument... Oh... I think I see why he's upset. I see why he's upset. Oh, I see why. So he's... Oh, let me see. Let me see what the part is. On the let me read this out. I'll explain to you guys. I think I see why. So this guy is he's a former game developer, has now his own video game studio. So that means he has employees. He's attacking this from a pro-business perspective. And what is something that big businesses and people that own businesses don't want to do? They don't want to have to pay people more and pay them overtime. So what I'm thinking he's saying is because this bill puts the onus, or this petition will put the onus on video game companies, because they have to, he puts it right here. When I bring up issues with leaving online games in a functional, playable state after sunsetting, I'm always met with responses diminishing the effort needed to do that. So what he's against isn't the idea. He's against having to dedicate a team or dedicate employees to their own, and dedicate resources to having to ensure games are left in a functional, playable state. So he's mad that he's going to have to spend more money as a business owner. That's the only thing that makes sense, is he's approaching this from a pro-business mindset. So again, it's a, after sunsetting, I'm always met with responses diminishing the effort needed to do that. This is not a simple hurdle to overcome, and is exactly why I don't like this initiative. You can't leave these challenges up to a figure-it-out mentality, and you can't diminish the work of those on the dev side just because you want your way. So he's mad that not only do they have to do it, but that they would have to spend resources and time, employees, to figuring out how to do it. Again, it's a money thing. He doesn't want to have to spend the money and the resources to paying people, paying his own employees, to spending overtime, to spend not normal time, and to pay them to their to where their job is just... It's just another aspect. It's another team he would have to create within his organization that would have to do something like this. And okay, I mean, to me, that's the most logical thing to pull away from this, is he just doesn't want to spend more money on his employees, essentially. He wants to hoard his doubloons, says Veronica. Essentially, that makes sense though. To me, that seems super logical. I'm just pulling that away because of how he's phrasing this. On the developer side, I've been in a constant battle with people online for nearly a decade, trying to inform them how difficult it is to make and release video games. The idea that any of these technical hurdles is easy to overcome and would be simple to implement is the exact kind of thing I've been fighting. So he's talking about how difficult and how strenuous all of this would be. He's making it seem as though from the actual know-how and the actual work it would be difficult, but I'm telling you what he's saying is I don't want to have to spend money on doing this. I don't want to have to dedicate some of my people to ensuring that these games remain in a functionable, playable state. It's just another thing to spend money on. Movements like this showcase to me how little the general public understands about game development, modern gaming architecture, and online games as a whole. That's why I put videos out poking holes in this, because it sets the entire conversation back to the Stone Age in terms of developer-player understanding. Making shit is hard. Making shit is when people think it's easy is harder. If you want all games to be left in functional, playable states, then you need to listen to people when they talk about how infeasible that will be in a lot of situations. Since this initiative's primary goal is listed, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I 100%. I see his stance on all of this. Let's see. You might be right on the interpretation, but he's still absolute garbage about explaining his point again. Could be no. I'm 100% agree with you, Tim. The fact that I'm having to extrapolate and to read this much into what he's saying in order to understand where he's coming from, you're totally right. He's walking. I'm able to pull that out from what he's saying, but he is not wanting to say that. So again, I'm agreeing with you 100%. He's just saying that, like, he's making it, he's being vague. That's what I'm thinking of. He's being incredibly vague on why he really supports this. And again, that's what I'm pulling from it. That's true, but it makes sense because to say other game developers don't feel that way and do support the initiative. Listen, game development is hard. I don't want to act as though dedicating people in your group to that would be easy, because I don't think it would, but it's doable. That's what I think. The problem is that, go figure, a company doesn't want to have to spend more money than they'd like to. I feel like we're analyzing a poem in English classes, Tim. A poor poem, yeah.
To understand it from his side of things. Our conversation basically amounted to toilet paper.
See, this is why I wanted to do this, so I can understand that. I feel like I got a much better grasp on where Pirates, like, I understand his viewpoint. I totally don't agree with it, but I'm saying I actually understand where he's coming from.
Again, I was focused on, you have done this, maybe unintentionally. You should at least say that you have, or, like, you know, are you aware that you did this? And then it became more of like, nope, I didn't. You're wrong. And then he uses our conversation at the start of this for something that was not even the focus. I was not there to try and convince him to be part of Stop Killing Games. I don't think we made any ground on, like, his perspective versus mine on Stop Killing Games. He has some qualms about how difficult it would be in certain cases. I agree with that, for sure. I still think overall Stop Killing Games is a net positive for the game.
Dissecting this yee awkward garbage, says Skylar. If yapping was a profession... Yeah, I'd rather analyze the Sonic fanfic than this rotten salad, says Veronica.
Industry where something desperately needs to change with a lot of these awful practices. But for the 10 millionth time in the last 2.5 hours, it was just about him having this awareness that his coverage did mislead people, and that he, maybe not maliciously or anything, misunderstood or misrepresented.
All right, I think I got everything. Thank you so much, Charlie. Moist Critical. Doesn't he have another name? What's Charlie's other name? He has like three titles. I never can keep up with that. So we got a good understanding, good framework from there. I feel like that's everything, right? I think that's all the criticism of this guy, PirateSoftware, as of late. Again, the whole deal with World of Warcraft. And then this recent one is the one that everyone's kind of dogpiling, I guess, on him for a little bit there. Penguin Zero, says Tim. Yeah, there you go. Charlie, Moist Critical, Penguin Zero. I want 5 nicknames. Jinx, says Tim. No, Jinx is another content creator. That's that dude from... Jinx is the dude from like 10, 20 years ago that got in trouble for stealing content creators' content, right? Wasn't that was the dude that iDubbbz was attacking? That was like one of his first people that he attacked with a content cop, right? Or something. That was back when iDubbbz was the hero. Now he's a zero. All right, so we watched this one. Once again, thank you so much, Moist Penguin, for your video. No, I said. Oh, Jinx. Oh, I see. Or was that guy named Jinxie? Was it Jinx or Jinxie? I don't remember. I just remember that was a guy who they did a content cop on for stealing content. iDubbbz did. All right, so we got Actman's video here. I don't feel like we need to watch that. Let's put the music back on. Get that nice roller coaster tycoon. All right, well, I guess that's all I got to say for Pirate. There is another trailer here that I would like to very much... I think it was Jinx, yeah. So, this is just me. I haven't seen this yet, but I really want to watch it. Something I really enjoyed back in high school I read was The Odyssey. Who else here got to read The Odyssey when they were in high school? I know I did. And honestly, I loved it. I'm a big Greek mythology fan. Huge Greek mythology fan. I love like a lot of the God of Wars. I read The Odyssey. I read a lot of stuff. I like, if you don't know, some of my favorite books are like, the Odyssey's one. Loved the Divine Commedia, Dante Alighieri's. Loved Lord of the Rings. I've read a lot of the Lord of the Rings along with the Hobbits. I'm a big fiction guy. Love good fiction. I especially love stories that like center around heroes and people doing things. So Christopher Nolan, big fan of Christopher Nolan as well. Did what has he done? He did Inception. He did the Batman trilogy, all that stuff. Odyssey mentioned, what the heck is not eating the lotus? I don't remember. Wasn't there a lotus in the Odyssey? The Odyssey had a bunch of different like little stories with Odysseus and stuff. So, but yeah, so I just want to watch the trailer. I'm excited for this. I will say I was spoiled in terms of this casting. That is probably... He's done good Batman's Interstellar. Yeah, Interstellar was really good as well. I will say the movie with Hugh Jackman. Christopher Nolan movie with Hugh Jackman. I don't remember. But again, I will say I was spoiled in this movie in terms of the casting. I did look up the casting. The casting in this movie, in my opinion, is super weird, but I love The Odyssey. So I'm excited, but I'm kind of turned off by a lot of this casting. Oh, the Magician movie system. Okay, I remember that. Alright, so let's go ahead and get that. So here we go. So we'll just watch this. I already know I'm going to get copyright claimed. It's all good. Alright, here you go. Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. The Prestige.
For many years, I kept my kingdom safe.
If you don't know the story of The Odyssey, it's a story of this... let me get my face out of here. It's a story of this guy, this incredible warrior named Odysseus, who has to go on like a 10 or 20 year journey after coming back from war. He technically is the guy credited with coming up with the Trojan horse. So he essentially was helping out in a war with between, I think it was Greece and Rome. I can't remember. But yeah, he's like an incredible warrior from, again, fictional story, but incredible warrior, created the Trojan horse, helped them win. And then on his way back, wanting to return to his wife and family, ipso facto, he gets cursed by the god of the sea, Poseidon. And Poseidon does what he can to ensure that he does not return to his wife and child. His son name is Telemachus, who plays a big part in the story. Where you're going to see, you already see a face on screen. Who is that? That looks like Matt Damon. This is where my problems with the movie come in. Matt Damon is Odysseus. don't know if I love. I mean, I love Matt Damon, but why in this? And then Tom Holland plays Telemachus. It's just, to me, it's just weird to have movies based on Greek mythology and to have like these like the biggest, like, no offense, the biggest like white actors playing some of these characters. It's just, these are like, I don't know. I don't mean for that to sound bad, but like, typically this long ago, wouldn't people have been more brown skinned? Like if you're from Greece or you're from Rome, you have like, again, some of the whitest dudes in Hollywood now, and Matt Damon and Tom Holland. It's just like, to me, the fit in the world in the world that this encapsulates is kind of weird. But I'm excited. Again, I love Greek mythology and stuff. So there's Matt Damon, our hero Odysseus. Odysseus is he's real.
One day will come, and my son will.
There's Tom Holland. Yay, Tom Holland as main character, of course, Odysseus. Tom Holland will be in the movie. But typically, I don't think Telemachus' story is really touched on all that much. So you probably you shouldn't see too much of Tom Holland. Most of what we should see is from the viewpoint of Odysseus. So
be the one to control it. It must remain prosperous. Proud.
Sorry, I feel like the audio's too loud. Gonna have to check, but I wouldn't doubt it.
And most of all, strong. The time is ticking fast.
Oh, and in the story, where the issues come from is over the 10 to 20 years. I can't remember if it's 10 or 20, but over the 10 to 20 years that Odysseus is stuck out at sea and is going through all of these adventures, his son Telemachus is having to deal with his mother, who's the queen of their region. His mother is having to deal with all of these men for many years who want to be her suitor because they all think, oh, your husband's dead, therefore we need a new king. So your wife must take on a new husband. And essentially the son and the mother, just over the long period of time, are trying to deal with quelling people demanding that she find a new king or new husband.
And you know that.
Tim says, crap after One Piece. All good. Thank you so much, Tim. Really appreciated having you in here for the Pirate Software conversation.
One day, if all this will be mine, I need to make sure I know everything I need to know. So my father's legacy will live forever, and nobody will be able to break us.
My beloved brother. Who banished me here for eternity to look after our father, now seeks reconciliation.
We must forget the past, brother.
But yeah, also, if you don't know, in the Odyssey, Odysseus and his soldiers, while on the sea, have to deal with many different enemies while on the sea. I believe this story is where, I think this might be where the idea of sirens came from. If you don't know, sirens are these, they're these enchanted women monsters on the seas that sang a beautiful song that entrances men to kill themselves or to jump into the water off themselves. This story has Cyclops. This story has gods that are coming into contact with them. There's many different stories of them dealing with other kingdoms while they're on their way back. Lot of different really cool stories and happenings that happen in the Odyssey. It almost reminds me of like there's other stories like this, like Jason and the Argonauts. The Odyssey. There's probably a couple other ones I can't. There's Greek mythology has all sorts of really cool stories going on here. The story of Heracles and all that stuff.
Good night.
Sons of Kronos. Together once more.
If you don't know, Kronos is, I think Kronos is the god that holds. Is Kronos the one that holds the planet? Holds it up? I don't remember. I think that's Kronos. Or is Kronos the king of the Titans? Or the father of the Titans? Oh, I can't remember. My Greek mythology is bad. So there you go. that's next year. I'm excited for that. I love Greek mythology, so I will 100% be over there watching that. But they say if you survive listening to their melody, you'll have clairvoyancy. Yes, yeah, that's an aspect in the story, is that Odysseus demanding to be the one to survive. He wants to be the first man to survive the siren's call. He makes his soldiers tie him up to one of the pillars on their ship, and he tells all of them to plug their ears with like beeswax or something. So he makes all of them not hear the sirens, but he makes sure that he's the only one that does listen to it, in the hopes of gaining something out of it. So I'm excited for that. I like the Odyssey. I forgot. I think Kronos is the father of Zeus. No, he's not the father. Because Zeus doesn't have a... I don't think Zeus in mythology, Zeus is the father of everything. Isn't he? No, he might be Zeus's father. Zeus does have a father, now that I think about it. Because Zeus kills his own father. That's how he becomes the king of the gods. I think you're right. I do think... But I think Kronos is also the father of the Titans. I can't remember. I'd have to look it up. Well, gosh, guys, is there anything else that I really... Oh, I forgot to read a little bit. So I wanted to read a little bit about what's going on over at Microsoft, because I haven't been able to actually... There is 2 things that I wanted to see. So I did want to read a little bit on what's going on. If you haven't seen, Microsoft's going through a bunch of crap right now. So let's go ahead and read some of this. I just kind of want to read and see what's going on. Microsoft's in shambles right now. I'm starting to get a little hungry. Good thing I got a bunch of chicken and stuff in the fridge. Can I order food? I've been so good on my diet. Could I order something healthy? Would people even be working right now? Alright, let me take a sec. I kind of want to see if there's healthy food out there. He could be the father of many, for real. Da, 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 da. Let me see, healthy foods. We got Chipotle. I kind of just want like some chicken or something. Da, da, da. I'm sorry. Let me do this real quick. I hate to be doing this on stream. I hear Chipotle is expensive, says Veronica. Chipotle really isn't that expensive. It's very cheap. Especially for a burrito or a bowl. Just depends. It depends on what kind of meat you get with it. I don't want to do something that's bad. What do we got that's semi-healthy? Oh, there's carne asada. Carne asada is basically just meat. Song is peak for real, says Veronica. It's from Roller Coaster Tycoon. Or do I have food here? I don't know. I know I have chicken out there. Or why not? It's 4th of July. Let me just, I'll get the, I just want something that's good for you. So I may just do the carne asada. That's just meat. So Del Rio Authentic Mexican carne asada. I'm gonna do corn tortillas. So it's like 15 bucks. What's the total on that? Dang, that's expensive. Even with... Goodness. Alright, whatever. Let's order it. That's why I went healthy, so I'm guessing it's coming with tortillas, unfortunately, but at least it's just carne asada. Just some meat. Might eat bad tomorrow, too. I think we're going to be getting barbecue, but I think I'm just going to do the ribs, so... Maybe 2 days in a row of me not eating great, but at least it's... If I'm going to not eat bad, if I'm going to eat bad, just let it be meat. You know, whatever. Alright, so let me get this set up, and... Oh, I'm already set up, so let's jump back into this. Alright, so if you guys have not seen, we are diving into some of the stuff that's... I'll make this quick. This is going to be a faster one. But if you haven't seen, Microsoft's been doing a bunch of crappy stuff lately. Actually, hold on. Crap. There was one other story I wanted to pull up, too. Let's see. Xbox... closings. Ba, 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 ba. Alright, here we go. So I got this. Alright, my bad. We're back to it. Alright, so Microsoft is laying off as many as 9,000 employees. Microsoft confirmed that it's laying off as many as 9,100 employees, or about 4% of its workforce. And yet another round of cuts this year, reports the Seattle Times. Employees of Microsoft's Xbox division, known as Microsoft Gaming, are being hit hard by these layoffs, although exact numbers and divisions are not yet known. Xbox leader Phil Spencer said in a message to the team, to position gaming for... Whatever, Phil. To position gaming for enduring success and allow us to focus on strategic growth areas, we will end or decrease work in certain areas of the business and follow Microsoft's lead in removing layers of management to increase agility and effectiveness. So essentially, Phil is saying, I'm curious why he threw that in there. He's basically saying Microsoft told him he's going to be laying all these people off, so that's pretty interesting. He's kind of just they're just telling him what to do, basically. Interesting. Like I said, he kind of threw them under the bus a little bit. Let's see. Bloomberg reports that now Microsoft-owned King division that makes Candy Crush is cutting about 10% of its employees, or 200 people, while other units like ZeniMax is the people that make they're in like Bethesda. They make they make Elder Scrolls. That's right. Let's see. They have also confirmed they are cutting jobs. Microsoft is also laying off more than 70 people at its Forza Motorsport studio. Turn 10, as well as... This is very sad to me, guys, because I was looking forward to this game. Turn 10 is canceling its Perfect Dark and Everwild games. That makes me incredibly sad to know that those two are going away. I'll show you guys the trailers. Why not? That is sad. So now the new Perfect Dark game essentially is dead. And that game... It looked really cool. I don't understand why. Like, so that and Everwild, that's another game I was really looking forward to. That game I was expecting to get canceled. That was when I was like, yeah, that game's not coming out. Alright, so real quick, if you guys don't know, this is those two games. We'll go ahead and watch the trailers because they're really cool. So these are two games I was kind of wanting to play at some point. So here's the game Everwild, a very beautiful looking game about animals and death and stuff. I was curious about this one. So this game now is not happening.
Our world
Great.
has a rhythm. We all sense it. But only a few truly feel it. It is found in the smallest moments. In every step.
Again, this game got announced like 5 years ago, maybe more than that. But yeah, this was a game that like for a time people were wanting to see it. It was made by a company named Rare, which if you don't know, Rare is initially the company that was behind Donkey Kong. They made Donkey Kong and all of those on the SNES. Stuff on N64. Rare also made stuff like Conker's Bad Fur Day. They did all that. They did Banjo and Kazooie. Rare, what else? Rare did the 007 GoldenEye. They're like a big or they were a big company. They've been not so hot as of late. But yeah, this was one game I was kind of looking forward to.
Perilous journey. In the symmetry of ritual. In the bonds we share. And in moments of stillness. It teaches us to look beyond the expected. To be a light in dark places. To seek answers. And to stand watch over our world. Our world has a rhythm. We all sense it.
Still have no idea what this game was supposed to be. I have no clue.
But only a few.
No idea what this game could have turned into. I always thought it looked pretty cool, but I guess the people at Xbox were like, nah, screw that game. Alright, so that's Everwild. That game no longer is a thing. And then we won't watch this entire one, but this is the Perfect Dark. This game looks super cool too. I mean, you know, Joanna Dark returning. This could have been really cool. They had like this whole gameplay thing again, a remake of the original Perfect Dark. I guess this game is no longer happening as well.
I'll have to improvise.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked this game got canceled. For Everwild, we all expected was not going to happen. This is the one where I'm like, really? You canceled this one? This was like a big deal for Xbox, so... And not only did they cancel it, but I think the studio developing this game is canceled as well, so... This game, really, you're never going to see this.
There's only one way forward. Find the truth. Scan's clear. I'm going in blind.
Carrington! Damn it!
I don't understand how you have this much of a game and you cancel
Analyze.
it. I don't...
What am I looking at here?
It's shocking to me.
Targeting a research facility. If he attacks it, the casualties could be astronomical.
Agent Stark, it's a pleasure to meet you. I could use someone with your skills.
But yeah, I don't know. That's the game. shocking how this was like one of the big games for Xbox. And now all of a sudden this game's not even a thing? Like how? Like this is supposed to be one of your big games. And it's a known entity. This is Perfect Dark. Like what? This dude, Xbox, I don't know what is going on over there. Only thing I could think of is maybe this was just like a slice of life. Maybe this was a very curated, meticulously made video, and maybe the game wasn't actually like, maybe that wasn't actually a gameplay. You know what I mean? They somehow found a way to splice together a video, and like that, maybe there was nothing else to the game. That's the only thing I can think of. And maybe they were having just so much trouble. They're like, what the heck? Shut this game down. I don't know. Crazy stuff. Oh, back to the Xbox thing. Alright, so these major layoffs come off less than 2 months after Microsoft announcing it was cutting more than 6,000 employees, followed by an additional 305 reductions in early June. Microsoft employees have faced a series of layoffs over the past year, including a round of performance-based cuts that have seriously hit morale, according to multiple Microsoft employees I've spoken to. Microsoft laid off 1,900 Activision Blizzard and Xbox employees in January, followed by several game studio closures and job losses in May, and 1,000 job losses from its HoloLens and Azure. Whatever happened to HoloLens? We never seen... Is HoloLens ever going to be a thing? Does anybody remember HoloLens? Do I have to look that up too? Like, what the frickety flim-flam? Like, I remember seeing HoloLens like years ago. Like, would that ever become a thing? Like, this video here was from years ago.
Look around. Technology is all around, beyond the screen, where your digital world is blended with your real world. Now we can. This
like did this just get scrapped because of VR or what?
What will they enable us to do? New ways to visualize our work.
I have an idea for the fuel tank.
New ways to share ideas with each other.
How are things going your end?
I just put the images in OneDrive.
Perfect.
More immersive ways to play. New ways to teach and learn.
I don't know. Like I said, crazy stuff, sorry. But yeah, so basically that's all I had to say. Like, this was absolutely insane that Microsoft decided to do this. One of the richest companies in the world that is just they're one of the richest companies in the world, and they are constantly firing people. It's like, what the why does anyone want to go work for Microsoft? I mean, there's so many people they fire like yearly. It happens every year. Why do you want to work in this industry? You know what I mean? It's insane. Something me and Phoenix have talked about on years prior, but like, I don't know. I don't know why you would want to work for any of these companies. The job security is just absolutely insane. I don't know. That's all I got to say about that. Yeah, and the fact that we're not getting Perfect Dark or Everwild now is just I don't know, crazy to me. Okay, and there's one other thing I want to talk about. I'm trying to wrap it up. We're already well over 2 hours. So, let me see. What was the last thing I wanted to look at? Live of games, but they love. Oh, they love games, but they love firing. Yeah, I don't understand. Last thing I want to touch on is, if you guys didn't see, a lot of people were kind of curious about Hassan did something really stupid on Twitch the other day. And I'm kind of curious to see more about that. All right, so this is a clip from XQC. So Osmongold also touched on it. So this is something we won't delve too deep into this, but maybe on another episode if this turns into anything. But yeah, Hassan essentially on stream pulled a gun out because someone was threatening him and he was acting tough guy or something. I don't know. But yeah, let's look in. Just a quick clip here.
Hassan doxes a user while threatening them with a firearm.
That's another thing is like, so this person was being a jerk to him or something, and he doxed somebody that ended up not even being the actual person. He doxed the wrong person, and then waved a gun, which clearly is against some sort of TOS. I guarantee you in Twitch's TOS, waving firearms on stream is like not a thing. So craziness.
What?
Our politics compared with what President Trump has been able to do. Who couldn't get my name right, we defeated them, and that's what it's going to look like again.
Oh, you found his account?
Today, I will show you 3 ways you can use your
So yes,
this is the guy?
So he goes to this dude's page because someone gives it to him, I'm guessing, in his chat. And this is not the guy that was threatening him. Whoever threatening him, it's like, so he essentially sends people after whoever this guy is.
Fuck are you gonna do, bro? You skinny bitch.
So wait a minute. So it was the wrong guy anyway? That wasn't even him?
That's not him.
That's not him. So he just goes off on this random dude. Twitch staff simultaneously instant bans anyone who insults Hassan while does nothing while he doxes and threatens a chatter with a firearm in front of an audience. That's crazy. To pull out a gun and be waving it around on stream? Do you think Twitch will do anything? I really wonder. I've got a feeling I know the answer to that, and I've got a feeling that everybody knows the answer to that.
Happy birthday!
All right, so that's really all. This is actually very fresh. I think this just happened yesterday, so I don't know a heck of a whole lot about what's going on there. But yes, how that's not something that it would be against some sort of terms of service or something that would get you banned or at least suspended for a long period of time. I don't understand it. Again, Hassan, most people think is like the darling child, a favorite of Twitch. The fact that he's been allowed to get away with certain things is kind of baffling. This would probably be something I would think they can't ignore. Again, doxing is not cool. Waving a firearm is against something. So I won't get too deep into it. Maybe on another week we'll let that kind of simmer and gain more information as to like what's coming out from that. But yeah, absolutely insane thing to do. What made you think that was smart to do? I don't know. Baffling. Lack of awareness, I would like to think there. But yeah, so that's it. That's everything I kind of felt like talking about. We touched on some of the Xbox stuff, the Hassan thing, PirateSoftware, and then the Odyssey. That's like the only big things I kind of really cared about. I wanted to kind of mention PirateSoftware. It seems like took up darn near a whole hour 45 for us, so that's all good. I really wanted to learn up and talk with you guys about that. But yeah, this was super fun. Once again, I have fun with these ChazmaN lives. I wish I would do them more often. Real quick, so let's see who to thank for today. We had a lot of people in chat. So let's see. So we had Tim and Veronica Rose. Thank you so much. We had Skylar Twilight. I think that was everyone, but you guys were super active. So thank you so much, y'all. Oh, we had Mike Masterson. Thank you so much, Mike, in chat. I think that was everybody. Yeah, that was everyone. Ain't that like a threat, says Veronica Rose? Yes, that is a threat. And at least, again, that's got to be against some sort of terms of service, TOS. You cannot be waving a gun around on your stream. That I don't understand. That's got to be something that gets you in trouble somehow, somewhere. But yeah, this was fun. I enjoyed this. So we have BioCrash, Tim, and Mad Carbon Phantom Fox. Thank you so much, you guys, for your Patreon support. On screen again, there's the Patreon, there's the social media if you want to see what I got going on TikTok and Instagram. There's the Discord if you want to be a part of that. Today was super fun. Yep, I had a lot of... Once again, thank you so much, guys, for this last week or two. The absolutely blow up of that video I posted along with my subscriber count going up by like 600 subscribers is totally awesome. I can't tell you how happy I am. Again, that video blowing up to like almost, I think it's over like 4.2, 4.3 million. That is awesome, but the subscriber count means a lot more to me. Like getting over 1,000, like to me makes me really happy. That's something I really wanted to do for a long time. So thank you so much everyone for your support. And like I said, we will try and do ChazmaN Live again. I need to do it more often. I really enjoy all this, doing this kind of, I don't want to say petty, but I like learning about what's kind of going on. And I am very in on the drama stuff. So 4.3 million views on a short. Yeah, something like that. So thank you so much. I will be going live again in just a bit. If you guys give me some time, I feel like I need to take a bit of a break here. But probably about 6 or 7 p.m. I'm going to be hopping back on, and we're going to be playing some Claire Obscure. So that'll be my kind of 4th of July celebration, is drinking more coffee and playing Claire Obscure with you guys. So I will be back. I'll set up the stream here in just a bit. So thank you so much for joining me for ChazmaN Live. Don't worry. I think I'm on some of these subjects we talked about. I'm definitely going to edit up, and I'll upload them individually as videos. So another place where you guys can check some of that stuff out. Don't forget to check out ChazmaN, Enter ChazmaN Long Plays channel. If you want, I mean, you guys already check out here. I'll check out those streams live anyway. So we got that. We got the podcast channel. I need to do more with that. Maybe that's something I'll go work on as another video. But that's all I got. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I love you. I will see you guys in just a few hours. So stay tuned. All right. Bye, everybody. Oh, if I don't see you, happy 4th of July. Have fun with your family. Be careful with your fireworks. You know, we want you all to keep your fingies. So, bye, everyone.